Buffer my muffin.
Hi there.
Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
And I'm Lee Anderton.
And today we are here featuring Peavey amplifiers back at Andertons for the first time in many a year.
Yeah!
And largely down to a couple of new amplifiers that Peavey have released in their sort of compact head format, the mini head format. We've just done a video on the 6505 mini head, which was excellent for all you kind of high gain fans out there. But the classic 20 is probably more up my street, so I'm looking forward to taking this one through its paces. And this is the mini head version of one of Peavey's sort of biggest selling amps of all time.
Hey man, it's well up my street as well, bro.
Well up your street as
us.
well. Look at us, Les Paul up to the max.
What's the collective noun for Les Pauls?
Lesbians. No, I don't think it is actually. Les Pie?
Les Pie.
Les Pie. We have Les Pie.
Let's make them a screensaver.
Hang on, which one do I need to get? Well, in this one you mean. So let's get closer. Proper screensaver.
Yeah, screensaver. There you go.
Look,
that's
Les
beautiful.
Pie.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so the classic 20, to be honest with you, if you've watched the, excuse me, a little frog in my throat there. Gotta stop eating those frog's legs. If you've watched the 6505 video, a heap of the features on this are in the 6505 as well. So it is a dual EL84 amplifier, switchable from 20 down to 5 down to 1 watts. Speaker simulated outputs, USB output if you want to record straight into your computer. We'll probably go through that in a little bit more detail, but where it is very different is the panel is now all about the blues.
It's a beautiful looking amplifier, man.
Yeah, they do. In fact, I'm going to take this off. This is the salesman's friend. On the top reminds us what everything does.
Is that because it's like a little smile? It's like, hey, be happy when you sell to people. You gotta be happy.
So, but we don't need that because we're professional.
No.
So yeah, it looks great.
2 channels, power, multiple recording options, vintage tone, reverb, boost. Got it.
So we're running this into a 412. Totally appreciate that might not be what you choose to run this into. You can get 112s, 212s, whatever. But we had the 412 plugged in already, so we thought, hey, let's just use that. It sounds great. So, kind of a little different to the 6505, a simpler panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this on its own and also with one of my new favorite pedals of the year, which is the Tone City King of Blues. That worked. We'll try that again.
Tone Sighty.
Tone Sighty, King of Blues. So we've basically got a clean channel, which just has a volume control. And then we've got sort of bass, middle, treble, and reverb that we can use on that. Then if we hit the channel button, we use the rather sort of... Peavey always did this. They used pre and post.
What are they referring to when they say in pre and post? Is one of them
pre and
preamp
gain and post volume, I suppose.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
sort of another one of those throwbacks to sort of, one of those things Peavey just have never changed in 50 years of making amplifiers. And it is. It was 50 years in 2015. That's
Wow.
this year, isn't it?
Wow.
The power output sort of health indicators here, so
The tube inspection indicator.
something like that, isn't it? But basically, each of these green lights here will be green if the power output.
Wait, I'll
tubes
give
are
them.
happy.
I'll give them a close up.
Do it now.
Ah.
And if they're unhappy, they start to go red, and that gives you a bit of advanced warning as to when one of the output tubes on here might need replacing.
And that's easy to do, isn't it? You just buy some.
EL84s, yeah, we couldn't get 100% confirmation, but we believe that the circuit in here just allows you to put new valves in without having to get it rebiased. Hence the fact that this is a very, very handy kind of pre-gig check. If you notice one's not quite the right colour, you can go, oh, quick, dive in the back, change a valve, off we go again. And don't forget the EL84s, which are the sort of the typically used in sort of lower output tube amplifiers.
So this is the preamp.
No, these are the two power
Power,
amps.
okay, right.
There's no indication as to whether a preamp valve is going
Okay.
faulty. As to be fair, 9 times out of 10 it'll be a power amp that's faulty rather than a preamp valve that's faulty. So look, let's get some tones. I'm going to do the playing. Rob's going to do the fiddling. Now, do you know what? There's a little secret here, which I shouldn't. I've actually owned a Peavey Classic 30, which I've kind of for years, because we weren't a Peavey dealer. I mean, I own a few different amplifiers, but because we've never been a Peavey dealer. I've always thought it was politically incorrect for me to show that.
This is
that
news to
owned
even
one.
I.
Yeah, I know. It's the blue one with Andertons written on it. It was like custom designed for Andertons back in the day.
Yeah.
And I've kind of always wanted to sort of use that, but politically, I obviously.
Does that mean that secretly you'd be going home playing a Peavey for years?
I wouldn't say it's my sort of go-to amplifier, but it's a great sounding clean amplifier. This is a clean tone.
EQs at 5 all round.
So have you just switched channels?
Yeah.
I was going to say, so my critique of the Classic 30 and similarly on the Classic 20 is it's very gainy on the gain channel. So it jumps from being a classic clean sounding Fender-esque blues amplifier into a bit of a rock monster. Now I guess in fairness, some people would say that's actually a cool thing, but I've got this King of Blues pedal on the floor. So what I would do is typically, if we just jump back to the clean sound, for these kind of tones, where I'm just jumping in like half the King of Blues. Yeah, I would use a pedal, and then if I wanted more out and out kind of balls to the wall rock stuff, I would go, well, it's a smidgen less reverb, I would use the internal gain sound on the amp. And you can see that's with the preamp gain pretty low actually, so you know, I mean, there's stacks and stacks of gain in this thing.
Next time you lose a plectrum,
yeah,
you know what you could do?
What's that?
Is you could use the baboon's mouth.
The baboon's mouth. Twist the baboon round. So look, I mean, you can see there's tons and tons of gain in this thing. And again, that's even with the gain just on like number 6 out of 10, I think it is. So crazy, crazy amounts of gain, and kind of, in my opinion, probably, yeah, I would use this amplifier predominantly on the clean tone with a nice pedal. Unless, of course, I guess if you know, what it does do is it kind of makes it a pretty versatile amplifier. Maybe you do want to just be.
You know what else it's great for?
What's that?
That little mirror bit looks great in videos.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, because I got a beautiful shot of your Les Paul being played. And obviously there's a camera there and a camera here. Obviously that camera's got me in it filming, you filming here. But it looked great, didn't it, viewers?
So let's do some other stuff as well on this. If we get a nice kind of tone, let's maybe use the pedal again, and we'll get those kind of classic sort of bluesy kind of tones. And then if you lean over the back knob, somewhere on here is the switch that takes it down into its sort of
obsession with me leaning over the back.
Well, there we are. Somewhere there's the 5 watt and the 1 watt mode.
So viewers, this is 20 watts. Five.
We got a 1. It still sounds okay, you know.
Can we change channels and see what the gain's like at a low volume?
Yeah, let's turn
do
this
that.
off. And then, so this is just the amp distortion now, no pedals.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good.
I think, for my taste,
very gainy, isn't it?
On the 1 watt, you need to drive the post all the way out
Yeah.
to keep that low end in it because it's so quiet.
Yeah. I've got exactly the same feeling on this as I had on the 6505, which is just, it just sounds better in the 20 watt mode.
Yeah, well, yeah.
When you can make the speakers move a bit more. But then you could say that about any amplifier. Any amp sounds, every amp sounds better, louder. You can't find the switch.
Okay, 20s.
Let's go clean again.
All right,
Clean is where the magic is, I think, on this amplifier. That's what Debbie McGee said, isn't it? That's where the magic is, Paul. Or something like that. There are so many gags in these videos that unless you're basically between the age of about 35 and 60 and you live in the UK and you watch a lot of crap television from 20 years ago, you would never guess.
That was us, man.
Yeah, basically.
That's all we did. Ski Sunday. Let's make toast on my fire. Watch Ski Sunday. Play a bit of shred.
Ski Sunday.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah, with David Coleman. I never really watched Ski Sunday. What did I watch on Sunday afternoon? I don't know. So you always knew that the weekend was kind of going to be over soon when Songs of Praise came on. It was just like,
yeah,
that's it. The weekend's
that was
over.
it.
Isn't
Yeah,
it? With someone.
weekend's
Anyway.
over.
So for this last bit here, I'll do a little bit of playing with a pedal. I'm intrigued to see sort of again what sort of pedal tones we get. We'll use the DI output on this. I should mention again on both the 6505 and the Classic 20. In addition to your 25 and 1 watt mode, there is a no watt mode. So there is like a speaker. You can just turn the speaker off and it just runs a dummy load on the amp. So you can run this into headphones or into your computer audio workstation or whatever without having to have a speaker attached to it as well, which is kind of cool. So that's what you're going to hear now. You're going to hear like I'll just play for 30 seconds, whatever, and then at some point it'll come up on the screen when you're hearing the microphones and when you're hearing the speakers, the speaker simulation, sorry. Put a bit more gain in. So
That's great.
there we are. Hope you, I've got to say, King of Blues pedal by Tone City. That's a winner. But
That's
there
a
we are.
winner.
Yeah,
And
so
I like this little carved out bit where they put the logo in. It's
it
a
looks
nice
cute,
touch.
doesn't it? It does look cute. There are some matching tweed 112s and 212s, which are, if I remember rightly, actually check. I'll put a link in the description below to where you can find more of this. But I think the matching ones are actually greenback loaded, which is kind of cool because that's what this 412 is greenback loaded with.
Does this street at $4.99 or am I?
$4.95.
$4.95.
$4.95, including VAT in the UK.
You know what then? If you're a pub going blues jammer and there's like an in-house 412, this might be one of the best ones I've heard of.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? It's the amp that for years and years and years we've been saying a Fender they should make. Kind of like the compact head. And not just we, I don't mean Andertons, I mean the world. Because, everybody loves the Blues Junior and they love the Hot Rod Deluxe.
Yeah.
And the Classic 30 is very much kind of a competitor to those kind of things. But there isn't really a head version of either of those amplifiers at the moment. And I kind of think, and there isn't like a low wattage sort of head version with all these kind of features in it. So who knows? Maybe Fender will do one soon. But for now, it's kind of Peavey have pretty much got a free run on that because it's in a category.
Run free, Peavey.
Where not a lot of other options are.
No.
So we like
it
a lottie. And I'm looking forward now to being a Peavey retailer going forward, part of the Peavey family. And I think tomorrow, or perhaps it's next month, I can't remember, the final mini head in the sort of the trilogy of mini heads is
the trifecta of Total Terror.
Trifecta of mini heads is the Valve King mini head, which we shall be doing either tomorrow or next month. I forget. I think it's next month actually. So
Yeah.
apologies, you'll have to wait for a few weeks for that.
Well, listen, please like, share, comment, and subscribe and everything
Do
for the
things.
glory of Peavey and Andertons.
Yes.
And to help Captain Lee in his daily life.
Yes, and Robin is there. And look, apologies again for some of the videos where we very first moved into this room and we didn't have it acoustically treated and we had the lighting wrong and stuff like that. Hopefully now you'll agree we've improved things and
Yes.
things will be great from here on in. And actually next month as well, the room next door will be ready, so you'll be able to see it. We'll be in all sorts of different...
I can have my own room, and Lee can be in another room, and we could just like remotely shoot.
That's a shout for a video, isn't it? I don't
Shut
quite
me
know
in a
what
room.
the point of it would be, but yeah, we should do. Anyway, look, I've been the Captain.
I've been Rob.
This is the Peavey Classic 20, and we'll see you next
Bye.
time.
Bye.
So this.
Now let's get my
It's all British.